Thank you so much for staying locked for My Africa show. This is the second part of My Africa. Karibu sana, and let's dive right into My Africa. The second cohort tulikuwa nataka tuongee kuhusu the challenges that come with this urbanization. You know, everything good comes with another side effect. What, in your perspective, what do you think are the side effects of urbanization in Africa?
I think urbanization from inception has brought many good things, as you've mentioned.
Yes.
But when you talk of challenges, I think we have lost who we are because we want to become now what the urbanization has brought about.
And let me ask you a question. It's like off-topic question. Does urbanization come from the Western culture?
I think I would have gone there eventually because the simplest way to define or understand urbanization, we look at it from the lens of civilization.
Yes.
Because what has brought urbanization is development, growth, and as Africans, we have laid the foundations of civilization and of course evolution on the grounds of the founders of the systems of everything, systems of administration,
yes,
which unfortunately was brought up or brought about by the white culture,
yes,
having erased the African or the native foundations, which is unfortunate now for the current African child or African man when we're speaking about urbanization, because urbanization today, as we want to take advantage of it, it has erased totally who we are.
No, those are some of the challenges that come with urbanization. But there's still this other thing that sincerely, it pisses me off. The issue of pollution, the issue of noise pollution especially. What to undo thee? My goodness, the noise pollution in towns is ridiculous. As in, you can't just concentrate during the day. You're just there, you're trying to do something on your machine, or maybe you're in the office, and then all of a sudden, do the kama sita. They are like making a lot of noise pollution. I think that's something that also has come up with the increment in urbanization around Africa. But that is just but the tip of the iceberg. Talk about the pollution of takataka, like this waste that are from these homes. Where does it go? Who takes care of it? Who is responsible?
Essentially, we have left the responsibility to the governing authority.
But I guess those are the people, the authorities, they are the bodies responsible for this.
Yes, but unfortunately, charity begins at home.
Okay. But then, these people, let me not try and change the trajectory of this meeting, but those people in those offices, do you want to mean they live in homes where trash is all over?
Of course not.
But then, how are they addressing the challenges of trash all over if they don't know that there is trash?
I think we should understand that wherever you see this dirt is those areas in towns where we can categorize the cluster, the people of people living there as the people who are referred to as the Rori in terms of economical power, economical opportunities that they have.
Yes.
But management of waste in those areas, yes, it rests on the authorities, the people with the mandate to do that. But I think it can be better done if there is that understanding of each and every person's responsibility, because as much as you want someone else with the mandate to come clean your compound or clean your environment, remember it's you again who made that environment dirty.
True.
But probably we can be able to manage some of this waste management, but there are those that we cannot.
Now, take for example, a city like Lagos in Nigeria. That city has a population of around, is it 11 million people? How do they manage the trash of 11 million households? That's massive. That's a lot of trash. 11 million. That's a lot of trash. It's tons of trash. But then, how can we address these challenges? How are we going to, yes, the opportunities that come with urbanization, and definitely hakutakosa those challenges. How do we like fine-tune our cities to be smart cities, to be cities that deal with every catastrophic event that comes along with them?
I think that's going to open up to a bigger challenge, and this brings also a bigger opportunity, because you cannot look at the issue of waste management or pollution in isolation from other issues that we are facing as a people. I think the issue with the African man has to be viewed holistically and also dealt with holistically, other than isolate issues. What I mean is that when we want to clean our environment and clean our area, I think we also should clean the man, because can you imagine people sleeping in those dumps?
True. Yeah, but and also it happens. It's really true. It happens, and it's sad.
Yeah, and also eating dump from those areas.
Yes, so it happens.
Yeah, can you now discuss? I think the best way to start this, how we can fine tune this.
But then I guess these people, they have moved from their native homes, right? And as they were going to those urban areas, they were going there to look for opportunities. And when they got to those urban areas, those opportunities, haziko, they were not there anymore. So they turned into either crime or wakajipata into the dump sites, and they are now the chokoras in town. So that means you had told me that there's an opportunity that comes with urbanization. There is job creation and people are getting employed in the urban areas. But then it's still a challenge as well, because as people are continuing to move into towns, jobs are not continuing to get generated. So there's going to be input of more people with stagnant jobs. You get my point? Meaning, watu ni wengi lakini hakuna kazi. This is going to lead into crime. It's going to lead into rape. Like, people are so idle in towns, and they're going to bring forth challenges after challenges after challenges. Help me understand. How are we going to help these cities maneuver these challenges? How are we going to help them stay composed as a city that is taking care of its trash, taking care of its people, taking care of its environment, taking care of its weather, everything? How are we going to have such kind of a city?
I think we'll have to really think hard. And the first thing to do, from my point of view, is create a sense of belonging to everyone.
Yes.
You see, the reason why we are irresponsible and expecting someone else to be responsible is basically lack of a sense of ownership or sense of belonging. Because why should I take care? Why you know? After all, exactly. And if you now move from urbanization and go to other areas of corruption, kila mtu anajitakia. And when you say that hakuna nini, the motto is jitegemee.
Yeah, true. And you touched a very vital point, corruption. Because I don't know, it was in what, I'm not sure, I'm going to do my research. There is a place, if you want to build a house, you have to talk to somebody first. If you want to do a business, you have to talk to somebody first. As in, this somebody is the person who runs that down. I don't know, it's form of cartels. And
what we should understand as we discuss this, we are discussing about Africa, and wherever we are as countries, today as we speak, we are still referred as colonies by the people who are managing new colonization today. So, as much as there is this advancement of urban areas or advancement in areas like education and even infrastructure, we are still grounded on the underlying systems that founded these nations. And it's unfortunate, because what we are doing right now, we are carrying a load that we don't even understand, because we don't know how it happened, and it's being brushed off by the, of course, changing of education systems, and also changing of culture. And if we have to bring forth solutions to our cities and our areas, I think we'll have to understand that we are who we are because we are made to be what we are.
True.
And to be what we want to be, then we must understand the process of becoming, so that we can learn now the process of unbecoming, so that now we can teach our children to become what we would want us to be right now.
True.
So it is a process that may take decades, even centuries. Yeah.
Talking of centuries.
Yeah. So I think we should sit here, of course, do research as you mentioned,
yes,
but focus on I think infinity or eternal life, if we're gonna be biblical or religious, which we are, religious nation. So it is a matter that I think what we're doing here, we are opening up a discussion or a venture into trying to finding solutions, and also sharing the solutions to implementing them.
Yeah.
And so that we can safeguard our future, and our future is our generation. But it is now upon us to enact these solutions. Otherwise, I can project a future that is chaotic and even fatal. I think we are going to kill each other.
But then, I remember there's a video I was watching on YouTube. They said that Africa is the continent with the most renewable energy. It's the continent with the most green energy. But then, it is still the continent that is far much behind. Why?
I think we are made this way. And the reason I would say this is because of perception and attitude towards ourselves. Can you imagine that we know that we are the richest?
Imagine.
And yet
We are the poorest.
Because we have a system that manages that poverty. Okay?
Wow. A system that manages the poverty.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Based or founded on interests that it's not ours. So to reverse that, we will have to base, of course, interest, our interest first, and that will have to be something that is very, very, I don't know the word to use, but I don't know how you can change attitude and perception. I would want you to imagine a kind of device with our hardware, with software and it's operating, and you want to install a new software. You know, so it means deconstruction or demolishing the whole structure.
So it's basic unlearning. We unlearn first, then we teach.
Exactly. Exactly.
But then, are you sure that how are we going to get there?
I think what we have to do is have a common dream.
But everybody in Africa right now is saying, "Oh, remove the borders. We want every African to have a visa."
Because that's a narrative that we are given to sing. So yes, and it is of course guided to continue benefiting the managers of these institutions and these systems. So whatever that must happen to bring change and give the African man a hope is something that will first of all reconstruct the status quo, and it's not going to be something sweet to, I mean, the people who are in offices administering exactly the systems that are operating or in operation. So what I can tell you is that I don't want to sound somebody who would bring chaos here, but I think I don't know, revolution is inevitable. And it's unfortunate that if we are not careful, it's going to be bloody.
And it's going to change us not from the not towards the positive side, but to the negative side.
Exactly.
But then, I believe Africa has the potential to really come together and build itself into one very beautiful and strong continent for its own. But in as much as we are not together upstairs, that will always be.
And I think that's why we are here. Because that's the beginning point. Yes, there's going to be a revolution, but what we are advocating here is that we first of all begin the revolution of the mind. of the African mind.
Yes.
We discuss decolonizing the African mind. But you know what? We'll have to decolonize it and colonize it again the African way.
Wow. So we have to decolonize it in the English way, because we are still colonized by the English. Na siogopangi kusema hivi. We are still colonized by the English mentally.
Yes.
So we have to decolonize ourselves, then colonize ourselves again in an African way.
Yes, and that's how we are going to head forward. Now going back to our previous episode of forging forward to a common single
one Africa into one beautiful country, the United States of Africa.
I don't know,
man. I just I wish I can see that.
Yes, but you know, for us to get there, I'm telling you, we have to understand what it is, and they say that what you don't know is bigger than you.
True.
Okay,
because you really don't know it.
Actually, and the first step to start is, first of all, understand that we know nothing. Okay, and whatever that exists and whatever we can see and whatever we know is nothing that is in existence. True. Because what we have made to believe is that whatever there is something that is real.
True.
But truly, let me finish by saying that whatever it is, the urbanization, civilization, everything, we have to list them down. They are all illusions. So we have to clear away everything and understand the real of the matter is that we are doomed.
But when we decolonize and recolonize, we are going to be off the doom. So just allow me to cut you short. My director is telling me that we are really running out of time. Thank you so much for tuning in into My Africa. This is where we are going to end the show, and thank you so much for watching it. Michael, tell them something before we close the show.
This is Showtime TV. Go like, subscribe, and of course I think there's a bell there. Every time we upload this, you'll be the first to know and first to watch. What you're telling you, my brother and my sister, tell a friend that Africa has woken up and we are here to lead the way as Kenyans and as black people, and we are proud of it, and we are not afraid of whoever that think that you're not going to make it.
Thank you so much. That was Michael's idea. Now, I want to thank you again and again, and